What's up, Truth Team? So, I mean, we kind of been covering this for a couple weeks now. But the last video I did on this was the interview that the Family TV did with Trap Dickey's cousin, Brezo. I've been calling him Bezo, but it's Brezo, right? And remember, he broke down his South Carolina case that he caught when he was 16, 17 years old, that the other cousin, Craig, talked about on the original interview with the Family TV. Yeah, it's a lot. Y'all just have to catch up with it, okay? Well, you remember when I did my reaction to it, I'm like, what you mean South Carolina don't have self-defense? Because it was puzzling, because I'm like, I live in South Carolina, definitely uncover a lot of South Carolina cases, not just for content, but just in real life. So I'm like, I don't think that's accurate. So it got me intrigued. And then if you don't remember the part I'm talking about, check this out.
Yeah, I took it to trial type shit. Yeah, I took it to trial. See, I try to fight self-defense from the start, though. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I tried to fight self-defense from the start, but I couldn't really fight self-defense in the state I'm in because the state I'm in don't got the self-defense law. Like, I know a lot of people gonna be like, "Damn, no."
What state this happening in? South Carolina? Interesting. We definitely got stand your ground law, which is the equivalent of self-defense, but I don't know. That's interesting. Well, maybe in 2009 we did. I don't know. I'm doing my little homework on that, but let's continue. All right, and this is why I tell up and coming rappers, especially from South Carolina, because y'all know I tried my best to make sure South Carolina artists know what the hell be going on this internet. Okay, first and foremost, we got his actual name from the first interview. Okay, that was done with his. Is it his cousin? Not his cousin. At this point, I don't know. Okay, they're from a small town. Everybody cousins. Okay, and that's kind of how it transpired. Okay, so we got the name from the first interview, right? Then when Brezo came to do his interview, he elaborated on the case, letting us know that he had to do an appeal in order to get relief in his case that he caught 35 years for. So that's all we needed to go find what we needed to find. Now, again, this is only about the self-defense claim because I was puzzled that he said we don't have self-defense here in South Carolina. So I went and found his order granting relief for his post-conviction relief. I said order granting relief. Order granting application for post-conviction relief. So ultimately, because we're not going over the whole document, right? Ultimately, he was granted a new trial.
We had Mickey Truth.
Who is this? You got Mickey Truth kicked out.
Shout out Mickey.
Let's get one thing clear. This your girl, Mickey Truth. Make sure you like, comment, share, subscribe, tell a friend to pull up on your girl, Mickey Truth. Now, from there, all I can assume is that they did not try him again and kind of let it go. I'm assuming on that one, okay? Because there's no document I could find right now, to tell me otherwise. And for the timing, this is a hot topic right now. Not to say by the time South Carolina get back to me, it's going to be a hot topic. So we're going to go with what we got and keep it moving. All right. So let's get into it. Now, a couple things I want y'all to pay attention to. And again, I'm just going to scroll through and highlight certain parts. Okay. Now, we heard the story on both interviews, right? And it says here, the murder, possession of a weapon during the commission of violent crime. Okay. Then it says here when it happened, okay, when he went to trial. So again, y'all, this is information we got from the interview. This is why I tell y'all, stop going on these interviews telling y'all business, because boom, All right, let's keep going now. So basically, the grounds for the appeal was this: ineffective assistance of trial counsel and ineffective assistance of appellate counsel. So basically, again, if your lawyer don't do their job, possibly the whole thing can get tossed out, no matter how good or bad the state is, okay? Now, with that being said, let's keep going now, because again, we're not going after everything. One thing in particular, right? He said that the witnesses recanted their stories, right? And I'm gonna tell y'all, after reading it, they didn't even use that as a reason why he won his appeal, right? The ultimate reason was, for one, his attorney did not argue effectively the self-defense portion, right? He actually said like some dumbass shit in closing, like his client, meaning Brezo, shouldn't have been there. Like, come on, it's kind of shit, So that ultimately is why he was able to get out ultimately, right? So let's keep going. So give me one moment. I'm going to find the self-defense part, and then we're going to get into it. Make sure you like, comment, share, subscribe. Tell a friend to pull up on your girl, Mickey True. So before, as I was scrolling through, I found this part. So again, just to show y'all how the information matched what Brezo said in his interview, okay? It said the applicant, meaning Brezo, testified in his own defense and gave a significantly different version of the facts. According to the applicant, the victim was angry and threatened the applicant throughout the day because he learned that the applicant had a sexual encounter with the victim's girlfriend. The applicant agreed to meet the victim, and the victim wanted to fight the applicant. During the altercation, the victim picked up a broken bottle and came after the applicant. When the victim grabbed his shirt while holding the broken bottle, the applicant stabbed the victim once. Okay, so that was basically what Brezo told the jury. Okay, now ultimately, like he said, or I don't remember if it was him or the family TV that said, like, the allegation was he chased the victim down, because that was the state's stance on what happened. All right. So again, if you go to the next part, it says, at trial, the jury was charged on murder, voluntary manslaughter, and self-defense. The jury returned a guilty verdict for murder. Additionally, additional facts that were presented both at trial and at the evidentiary hearing held in the case before this court are discussed in more detail below when pertinent. Now, so again, the jury had the opportunity to deem self-defense. Now, the issue with self-defense, right, is that the state, right, will have to prove why it's not self-defense. But again, his own attorney, okay, was basically throwing salt on their own defense. Okay. Now the attorney will testify that at the appeal that, yeah, that was their whole, avenue was self-defense. That was their case. That was the defense. However, they did a bullshit job representing. Okay. Now let's get into why I say they did a bullshit job representing. All right, y'all. So in the gist of the situation, right, it says the defense counsel failed to argue all of the elements of self-defense and how the applicant's testimony met these elements to the jury. Instead of reviewing the elements, the defense counsel focused only on one, whether or not the applicant was without fault, and bringing on the difficulty. There were three other elements, therefore, that went completely unexamined by the defense counsel during his closing argument. Given that self-defense was only realistic path to a not guilty verdict for the applicant, it was imperative for the defense counsel to focus on the elements and how the applicant's testimony satisfied those elements. As with the prior errors, the defense counsel testified before this court that it was a mistake to focus only on one of the elements of self-defense. Taken together, defense counsel began his argument with a tone-deaf quotation from Friedrich Nietzsche, proceeded to place blame on his client for being in a location he had a right to be, and failed to argue how the applicant's primary defense was shown through his testimony. So again, they admitted their fault. That's one thing about it. Your attorney got to admit they were wrong, right, to help you out. So again, like I told y'all, we do have self-defense here in South Carolina. Ultimately, it's just his attorney was shit. And he said that in his interview. So just wanted to come back and clarify that. That's my unwanted opinion of the situation. Y'all let me know y'all's in the comments, and I'll catch you on the next one. And like I said throughout the video, that's my opinion. And if you don't like it, guess what? I'm like, fuck yeah. on, wait, before I go, y'all make sure y'all tap in with me to book your slot. A lot of y'all be hitting me up on Instagram and the email wanting to just talk about content, whether you're an up-and-coming content creator or somebody just got questions about cases or whatever. Book your consultation with me now. The information is on the screen. Hey, make sure you get your slot, because my slots be filling up fast.
This is the weakest, give a fuck about what they scream.
Holla!
Shout out Mickey. Mickey, you gonna be big. Like,
I'm trying to conquer the world, coming from where I come from. Hey, this your girl, Mickey Truth, #1 blogger in South Carolina. #1 blogger in South Carolina.